everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost and Sunny. Hello everybody. She did it again. She made a giant chunky monkey. Okay, thank you, son. Thank you for that moment there. A little cameo by the boy. Yes, it's true. I made a chunky monkey. I made this journal, and I would think that she is full of all sorts of goodies. Let me give you a quick tour. She is for sale in my Etsy shop as of the upload of this video. So if you are interested in her, I have only one. And let me give you her dimensions. She has, if I calculated right, she has 3 signatures with 12 pages each, which means 144 pages. Is that right? I don't know. Somebody double check that. But that's what she has. And she's 8.5 tall by 5.5 wide with a 1-inch spine. So those are her stats. And she has an 8-inch gator mouth. She could be compressed a little bit, but I just tied her loosely. And much of the ephemera inside can be removed if you want to debulk her a little bit to have her be more of a traditional writing journal. But there's lots of fun things. This is more of an explore journal. There's lots of fun things to explore in here. So let's take a quick little tour of her. Okay, so first of all, obviously we're looking at her from top down. So let me turn her sideways. Here we go. Okay, so here is her front, and she has a beautiful purplish, watery style material. She is a hardcover. She is covered in a beautiful cotton watery colored purple fabric. And she has some green little accents on her cover, which also are purple and green are in her I want to call her tail, her spine dangle, and I'll give you a closer look at that. But basically on her front, she has a beautiful piece. Let me get you a better picture here. Boop, boop, a little closer. There. Okay. She has a beautiful piece of vintage lace on the front. Some gorgeous, here, let me take her little tie off. She is tied with a sash of beautiful, beautiful vintage lace that has been hand dyed. Okay, so here's gorgeous, and it is completely removable, so it's very easy to work with. And on her front, she has lace and some green leaf trim. This is a handmade little book plate on the front. She has some gold metal corners. And she has a collage which has been sewn of some beautiful birds. These are very old birds. They're not old birds. They were drawn a long time ago. They're antique birds from an old naturalistic book, and backed with some beautiful, actually this was music paper that had some beautiful greenery on it, so I added that there. On her spine, she has an exposed spine. There are 3 signatures, but one of the spines has been covered with this brocade upholstery trim, which I thought was just pretty for this journal. And her back is just beautiful purple leaves in a magical forest. Maybe that's what I'll call her, magical forest. Okay, there you go. You've named yourself. And see, I can hold her with one hand. Look at that. Ta-da! Ta-da! I can do it. And she has a beautiful spine dangle, all sorts of glorious items. And it is removable, which makes it very easy to operate. Let me just give you a quick tour of what is in the spine dangle. Bring you a little closer here to the subject at hand. Okay, so it has a bulldog clip, which easily attaches to the spine on basically a key ring, so it won't come off. And but I have put in here things that in the magical forest you might find, like you might find things that a bird or a squirrel will have collected and nested with. So there are some handmade beadery in here that I created of different types. Some are shiny, some are not. It just happened to be what the squirrel or the animal found that day and made something. There is also the key to unlock the gate to the magical forest. There you go. And this is a beautiful old antique skeleton key. It's an authentic one. It's just a gorgeous one. It's one of my favorite ones that I have, and I thought it really belonged on this journal. And then I've taken some beautiful torn vintage linen muslin. Whoop, I got to back up here so you can see better. And some beautiful embroidery floss in purple. There is some green leaf trim in here, some very old vintage laces, and all sorts of fun things, some crocheted lace. And and also this, I found this purple and green beaded, hand beaded vintage jewelry, which I thought just looked beautiful on here. So these are things that might be found and collected. It's very nice for displaying when you've got the book in display presentation, but if you want to remove it for easy maneuvering through the book, it's easily maneuverable. Okay, we'll put that off to the side with the sash. Want to get a closer look at the sash. This is the sash. Okay, just a very beautiful piece of old lace that has been dyed. And, okay, let's take at the book proper, the book itself. Okay, here we go. All right, so this little lovely, let me just, I think you can see the top, the north and the south. Let me just there, okay. All right, let's make sure we're focused. Do we have good light? Do we have good light? I hope so. Okay. She says journal and dream on the front. And there's a lot in here. And I won't pull out everything, but I'll give you a general walkthrough so you can see what is in here. A lot of different things. Here is one of those tin type Victorian late 1800 photographs of this nice little boy. And he's looking very serious, isn't he? Like, Dad, I'm going to take over the company one day. You just wait, you'll see. And here is a beautiful handwritten letter from somebody a long time ago. And I believe this one is from 1904, and I'll let the recipient be the one who can read through that. There's a beautiful piece from a children's book, which is just, I think it's just a really glorious picture. So this is an eclectic book. It has elements of nature, elements of Victorian, elements of all sorts of different things. Here is a loaded pocket, and I made some you may remember this, we made this together. These are some greeting cards. So there's a set of these in here, and you can do what you like with those. They're a lot of fun. There's 4 of them in there. They're fine for mailing or just writing your own private notes in. There's a little side tuck here. This is also a little pocket here, which you can tuck things in and out, and I've tucked a few little fun things in there for you. Here's a handmade paperclip holder to hold things in place. And I've also gone ahead and I've put some tabs in here. There's fabric lace, vintage lace tabs in the book, and they have been so if you want to get to a certain section, and I've gone ahead and just put a little applique on each of them. They're all different. I could show you, this one has a flower like that. Just give you a little tour of what those look. This one I think has a drop down. I just glued that one on. Okay, and this one has a beautiful flower applique that comes down like that. And so if you're a real paper lover and you're a lover of the vintage, this has a lot of items like that related to it. So here is what all those look like. Okay, so let's go and take a little look through. Here's a beautiful piece. It's a page from a book about letter writing, and it was just beautiful, you know, from the 1800s. So I thought that was interesting to put in here, also along with a piece of torn book page. Here's an old bingo card, and here's some handmade journal cards tucked in here. It's just some very fun, very pretty things you can write on the back. Here's an angel card, and you're going to find also, this is a book that is it speaks to the different seasons. So you're going to see expressions of winter and spring and summer and fall all throughout here, and also the different holidays. You might see some Christmas, some Halloween, some Easter, some all sorts of different things. So this is a very eclectic year-round book. This is a piece from my Celestial vintage Celestial kit, my DigiKit, and here I put this little piece of a gorgeous piece of an old journal and gave it a little hand-dyed seam binding topper with a stencil background. And on this side, this was an interesting piece. It's from the War and Navy Department, and this is the real authentic piece that came inside. It is some type of photocopy or shrunken down microfiche copy of somebody's letter to somebody else, and that is in here as well. So that actually came with this very interesting little envelope. It's a beautiful cream vanilla color, and just this book holds a lot of secrets. There's a lot of interesting things to find in here. So if you're an explorer of paper or you love to see old things, here is a beautiful piece from an old German magazine written in the gorgeous Gothic writing. And it's interesting on both sides. I believe this is the cover page from the magazine. And it's just beautiful. That was gifted to me. Thank you very much for You know who you are, and I adore you dearly. Thank you so much. I truly love pieces. Here is a photograph of another little chap who is adorned with an authentic Victorian die cut. These were very delicate, beautiful, and collectible back in the day, and also today. Here are kitty corner little tucks, and there's a beautiful old letter in here, and this was kind of interesting. You don't come across this every day, but this is the dental teeth exam pages from way back when, and I believe that was also gifted to me, so thank you very much. Just very interesting things people come across, and they find out that, hey, we're all interested in these unusual things as well. So, you know, to kind of take a peek back and look at how things were done a long time ago. I believe these came from one of my floral digi kits. And this is a little writing board, and it is removable, and so you can just take that off, and it's hard. And then you can place it under any page if you would wish to do some writing. And here is a nice little journal card with a very pretty fancy topper on it, a little cluster in the corner. I think I just made that the other day. And here's a very pretty book page inside. It's one of these very old book pages. The lawn is the green carpet. It's a very beautiful picture from an old botanical book, possibly a gardening book. And some more beautiful journal cards. Some mushroomery through here, a little bit of mushroomery. Here's some Victorian style things from my DigiKits, and these will give you some things that you can check out. These, I believe, are both flips. Yes, they are both flips. And there is a pocket here of lace, which holds some interesting things for you to explore. And here is a paper clip, a decorated paper clip with beautiful material on it and a doll postcard underneath. Lots of places for writing. Here is an old prescription from a long time ago. Somebody was getting some Oralgan warm drops and keep in left ear canal filled constantly. Oh, they must have had a bad earache, poor little one. Okay, could have been a big one. Who knows? Here is a pocket made out of an old vintage ledger, and there are some beautiful old vintage ledger from a different time. This one's very old. I think it's 1862. And it's this beautiful blue paper. I don't come across that very often. That's quite rare in my findings anyway. But it will show, you can read down what people used to purchase, pens and pencils, and how much a dozen pencils went for back then, a bottle of ink, and I thought that would be a nice combination. Somebody recently sent me some authentic shorthand. Somebody actually remembers how to do it. Does anybody else remember how to do it? I took the class. Do I remember how to do it? Nope. Was it dot the? I can't remember. Or was it and? I don't know. It was something simple, but yes, it's gone. It's lost in the abyss, but it's amazing that somebody still remembers how to do that. Way to go. I thought that was pretty cool. I did some fun flips here, just something fun to explore. And there are several of these types of examples throughout the book where you can just have some fun with different types of flippage. It gives you extra writing space, and you can put special notes and things like that. Where are we? Okay. And here's the center of the book, and in the center of each signature there is a pretty charm. This one has a key on the inside of it, and here's some beautiful coffee dyed papers. Here's something that we made. We built out of scraps what looks like a Christmas tree, or it could be a holiday tree, or just a beautiful tree, and you can write or put whatever you like on it, and then I put some thoughts there to share. Here's a little flip up. Very fun to do. A little upper tuck here with some pretty paper, and here's some pretty old journaling ledger paper. And here's a beautiful receipt from days gone by. I just love the handwriting in those days. That was from 1863, so if you like the feel of very, very old paper with interesting history to it, you're going to have a lot of fun exploring this book. Here is what I call the clothesline. It's paper clip to either side with a beautiful piece of vintage lace, and I just hung some gorgeous journal cards from it from one of my DigiKits. And here's a beautiful illustration from a very, very old book. This is very fragile, but the pictures are just gorgeous on either side. And I wanted the person to be able to see these and feel that type of paper. And look at the finery. And is that better? Yeah, if you can see the detail in these drawings, it's just fantastical. It really is. It's just fantastical. The detail. Whoop! Can't see the detail. Can't see anything right now. Okay, there we go. Just lovely. And this is from the red vintage theme DigiKit. What else do we have here? I did some, oh, can't see anything, Pam. Okay, we're back. All right, okay. Some stamping across the top, some hand stamping, and here's a little flip with some writing area under there, which is hand drawn. And here's a little pocket that I made, and I just put some fun little items in here to explore. And here's a very tiny little pocket down here made out of an old glassine bag that has been dyed, and I put a little tiny journal tag in there. And here is a pocket made out of different pieces of fabric. And oh, did I get you stuck in there? Let's see. Okay, well, we will wiggle you or get you free. Nope, okay, we'll work on you later. But there are some fun things in here for you to explore as well as soon as I get them free. This was interesting. A memorial department. Here, come and pick out your beautiful headstone. You can find out what they went for. Here's one for $13.75. Well, that was kind of interesting. I think that was a pretty good deal compared to what they are today. And so there you go. You can see what the price is. This is from an original part of a page from a Sears robot catalog back in probably the early 1900s. That's a real page. And here is another little side tuck with some beautiful papers in it, things for you to explore. Some sari silk. More cards. Some, this is blue cabbage dyed paper, or red cabbage, which turns the paper blue. There's a fun little cluster in the corner. Here's the pedigree of who? Banshee's Bridget of Shannon, the Irish setter. So here is a very old pedigree of somebody's dog back in 1974. So this is their registration papers. I don't know how much. Oh yeah, it's all filled out. Look at, oh, look at, yeah, this is a very special paper. And this is probably, I debated about this, but I thought, no, you got to share this. This is important to share. So this is somebody's entire pedigree, the sire and the dam and everything. So if you're into pups, that's just a very interesting novel piece, or you don't have even to be into pups, but just interesting history. Here's a little map pocket down here. Very fun to make. Here's 3 little side pockets with interesting fun things tucked in them. All 3 little side pockets. These are all made out of DigiKits. And over here we have a belly band, which has been decorated, and then there's fun things, very old ledger and things like that tucked in there. And in here we have a little corner pocket, which is a little pocket here, but it's also a corner tuck because there's things tucked in here, and there's music, and this is really cool. I think I've shown this to you before, but this is the cutest. I used to have this hanging on my wall. You can see the little hole where I hung it on my wall. It's this little girl. I got to reach. It's very short. It says mud. Mud is very nice to feel, all squishy squash between the toes. I'd rather wade in wiggly mud than smell a yellow rose. I think that's I'm right with her. Yep, she is bird of a feather, cut from the same cloth. I totally get that. I could play in a mud puddle all day and have tons of fun. So I had to put that in there. It's just, here's some beautiful Braille paper, very aged vintage Braille paper. You get to feel that if you've never felt anything like that. Here's some beautiful old Gothic writing and an old railroad receipt back here. I love working with these little snaps. They are very fun to put on the edge of the paper or just to put on a random piece of paper for some tactile feel. Some stenciling. And here's a happy-go-lucky little couples from olden day. And here's a very old piece from my original Sears Robot catalog with some beautiful ladies in there. Beautiful outfits. I believe that was 1916 when I pull from that one. That's one of my favorites. Here's more of these flips. I won't reveal what's there. You can check those out if you purchase it. Oh, here's this. Here's the mod. Here's a very eclectic book, as I said. Here is the mod curtain flap with some beautiful writing space underneath. That was a lot of fun to make. Feeling very playful that day. Some more fun things with Victorian design, and this is an upper tuck. Here are removable cards, and these are all Halloween cards, so you can take those out or leave them in. Just some more fun things. Oh, this is a beautiful piece. Here is the official first book singing playing of the Oxford piano course, and it was 75 cents. So this is the front of the book page for the piano course, and it was just such a lovely color and texture. I thought that would be very nice to add in there. And I'll just move along a little more quickly. Here's a nice big belly band with very fun things. Here's a letter from handwritten letter from 1932. I believe it is in German. And some more fun papers back there. Some specialty ink dyed papers. Here's some, this is actually a real packet of seeds. Here's a lovely little cluster in the corner. More clusters. Here's a little flip up with a surprise. And here's a little side tuck if you want. Oh, no, you did. I had something in here. Here, I made this a while back. A while back. And this is a bookmark that opens up, and it's a functional bookmark because you can take notes about what you are reading, put them here, and then just use this as your bookmark. That was just a lot of fun. And I have a video on that somewhere. Here is a beautiful journal card. I have these originals, and I just thought they were so beautiful. They're antique, and I wanted to share them with you. I made a journal card. Here's a fabric, beautiful fabric upper tuck with some stamping down below. And what little goodies. Oh, these are they're very pretty and they're very cool. Let me see if I can come in closer to you. These are from the World's Fair. They are real tickets. And on the back, it says Vatican Pavilion, New York World's Fair, 1964, 1963 or 5, can't tell, 5, probably 64, 65. So those are the authentic tickets. So if you're a collector of interesting old things, you're going to find some very unique items in here that are highly collectible. And I think I just put that on upside down. Let's just put that back right. Here's this is a little flipper topper. It's a hangover, actually. It hangs over the top, and it has this very fun little paper clip on the top that has some beadery on it. Here's one of those flips. Very cute. Here's a beautiful card that I turned into a corner tuck, and I put this lovely journal card inside, hand sewn around, and a little note in the bottom corner. All right. It was fun to make a big Chunkey-Monkey journal again. I really do like this. I know it's an aesthetic style not everybody aspires to, but for those of us who love it and get it about old papers and fun stuff, and it doesn't even matter if you fill them with old papers or just things that you find that are interesting along the way, even current things in magazines and art, or maybe your art. I believe this was a gift from somebody. Thank you very, very much. Thought that was just beautiful. I decided to add it here. A little belly band made out of punches and a little tearaway notebook at the top. But yeah, you got to find your own unique style and go with it and have fun with it. And they're all okay and they're all good and they all have a place in the universe and it's a-okay. This has an index card on the back with some gold sewing around. These were a lot of fun. We made these together. A lot of these things we made together. Who else would I make them with other than with you guys? Here is a hand-painted bookmark, which I signed at the bottom. It's a rose. And some stamping on coffee dye, some flip-ups here, some fun things to find. Another belly band. Here's a very interesting first page of a German book. More things secretly hidden back there. More of the flips. I will let the owner experience that. And here's a little tea bag. Is it a tea? No, it's the bag that the tea bag comes in. So it's a tea packet. Okay, never sure what to call that. It's the bag that the tea bag came in. There you go. Just some interesting pieces. Here's a cute little fun layered journal card out of some scraps. Gotta love a good scrap. Gotta love a good scrap. Here's a little journal tag. Here's a very old page from a pansy book. Some fun things in here to explore. This little guy turns. And he opens up for extra writing space, so you can have lots of extra room there to write. Just a fun little hinge design there. Lots of things to play with. And I wanted to go maybe a little slower just so to give you ideas of what you can put in journals. Here's a flip up, and this one flips out like that, but we'll just keep that hidden for the owner. These are all flip ups. We need a little more glue here. Pam, can you please jump in there with that? Sure, totally. All right, here we go. We're just going to glue that baby down a little bit more. And that's why it's important to, use, when you put stickers in books, it's a good idea to use either a stronger glue stick or any other glue to give it extra adherence because sometimes they peel away. More of these flipping ideas, very fun. Here's an old letter, first day of issue stamp. Those are very fun to collect. So if you're into that, those are collectibles. Here's another way you can make a tree. Some pockets with some very fun and unique items in them. Here are some old beautiful tea cards and things like that from Europe. Very fun with some stickers. Another old ledger. This one is from 1868, I want to say. And it's a full page all folded up in here. And here's, I think I made this for Christmas time, but it got tucked in here. So, oh, this is an interesting piece. This is an authentic certificate of marriage from 1912. Charles William Miller and Alice Carson decided to tie the knot in the state of Connecticut. And they have witnesses. So that's a very interesting piece. It did almost fracture on me, so I reinforced it with some washi tape. But it's a beautiful, beautiful old piece. I mean, I think that's suitable for framing, if you like that sort of thing. That's a really neat piece. And I did the tree tuck fold around here. If you're doing some embellishment items and maybe they're too large, you can always fold them and tuck things around. And possibly this is the couple that was getting married. Here is an old cabinet card. These are definitely from the 1800s. No date on it, but it looks like by the clothing, at least 1800s, early 1900s. Look at the look on that face. That'll just tell you how that's going to go. Yep, that's right. I wish them all the best. Here's another little, just extra place for writing. Here's a little doily turned into a corset sewn catch-all for interesting things tucked in here that somebody can explore. And here's an envelope with interesting things. And, oh, here's a little upper corner tuck. And sometimes these corner tucks allow you to put in things of different sizes. Once you do the U shape of a pocket, you are limited to the width of your pocket. But if you do corner tucks, you can put in many different things. So sometimes I find those quite functional in a junk journal. But I like both, but you know, just to give a little variety. Here's a heavily loaded belly band with all sorts of goodies and stickers. There's another little sticker that needs some glue. We'll get that. All right. And so yes, this was so much fun to make. I mean, I could make junk journals all day, and actually I do. So there you go, proof in the pudding. Here is this is a removable, and it's a tri-fold. It comes right out and opens up into 3 pockets. And I think we made that on a video. Very fun, and I tucked some fun things in there. But that opens up and leaves you a lot of writing space if you'd like to have that as well. So I hope you're having a fun and crafty day no matter what you're doing. Maybe you're making a journal. Maybe you're thinking about making a journal. This is very important. I thought we all should know about this. This is meat dishes with sugar. Yes, apparently it's a thing. And here's some instructions on it. We should all know. And why you should, sugar your meat. There you go. I love the things that were from days gone by. And just so interesting. So interesting. Here's a specimen. Another beautiful page from a book. Very old, I want to say 1825 or 1885. A receipt. Here's some more of the flippables. Here's another envelope full of goodies. Here's some handmade stationery with a fabric pocket and a cluster and some beautiful digikits for somebody to write on the back with, acting as journal cards. Here is the Tree of Life inside this beautiful center of this journal. Oh, here we made some trees. That's right, we were having fun with punch-outs. What can we make? We could make a forest, yes. So this is definitely the magical forest. All sorts of fun pieces from books. Another lovely belly band. Here's some old demonetized money, and it's just very interesting to look at. If you've never actually looked at old money before, there's beautiful imagery on there. Look at the beautiful birds and the scenery and the waterfalls and things like that. So there's art everywhere if you look for it. It's just right in front of us all the time. So you're going to be able to find a lot of things in this book, and you're going to go through it several times and find new things all the times, because I've tucked a lot of things in here. Okay, here we go. I don't want to get them into your hands. I think it's worth sharing. It brings me great joy to share these items with you. Here's another letter. I believe this is in German. And here's another little notebook, little handmade notebook in this upper tuck. And this is a very old glassine bag with an interesting receipt on the inside. And another one of the page tabs. This is a beautiful removable. And here's a nice little more ledger. That's from 1841. And this is a beautiful girl in this picture. I wonder what her story is and where she ended up in life and how did it go for you? Do we have a name? No name. We'll give you a name. We'll give it Sally. Yeah, I wonder where Sally went. We could give her a story. Maybe this is her book. Here's her journey. It's classified. Yeah, you have to, it's an envelope. You have to look in there and find out what happened to Sally. And just a decorated page you can, with some different quotes and things like that. Here's a beautiful old book page. I just wanted to honor that right there. And a beautiful tab and a cross across the midline picture. It was just such a pretty picture. And then we're coming finally to the very back, and it's got this little clippable, this is a tiny ephemera holder. Let me show this to you. I think we made this together. I'm sure we did. But anyway, it was just, everything's made out of scratch. It's made out of scraps, and inside there's many little envelopes. There's many little pockets, and inside there's just tiny little touches that somebody might like to play with or touch. Here's a real old, and that is a very old flower that was pressed. It came out of a book from the 1800s. I don't know if the flower is actually from the 1800s, but it did come out of a book that was from the 1800s, so you never know. But just what you will find in a junk journal. And here is a handmade library card that we made together in a video. Yay, I can say it. Okay. So there we go. So this is her, the magical forest. So I really enjoyed making her. I hope the new owner will enjoy having her and leafing through her and finding all her wonderful discoveries. She does have places to write. If you remove a lot of the items, you can write a lot more, but she is a beautiful explore journal, which is stacked full with all sorts of goodies. So if you are interested in her, she is available in my Etsy shop now, and I will be making more and different things coming your way. I'm very excited about 2022. I want to try a lot of new concepts and ideas with you guys and see where we can go from here together. And thank you for everybody who has been here, and thank you for everybody who is new. And if you are new, please know that my videos come out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. My podcasts, which are audio, are Tuesdays and Thursdays, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. If you don't have any of those podcast places, you can always check on anchor.fm and look for the Paper Outpost, or just Google the Paper Outpost podcast on Google, and it will just pop up on your computer or phone or anything. You just click a link and listen to any of the podcasts. And I have been doing the podcast now. This is my 4th year, and so we have lots of topics. They're all related to junk journals, handmade crafts, paper crafts, life of a crafter, answering your crafty questions from YouTube, and more. And sometimes it's just me and Sunny going to the park. And I also have, I've been doing some video podcasts, which I'm salt and peppering in on other days. And if you want to actually watch the video from which you're going to hear the audio to, check that out on Spotify and also on Instagram. That'll be the easiest places to find those, as well as these videos are from my archive in YouTube. Just trying to spread the word for those who have not seen these videos yet before. And I have a free monthly emailed newsletter. If you have not signed up for my free monthly emailed newsletter, consider it. Why? Because you get a free digital image emailed to you every month. And you get, you can print it out and save it and use it in your artwork any way you like. You also get a junk journal tip from me. You get a note from the bookmaker, which is something that I like to tuck into. That's why I didn't tuck in here. Where is that? Did I not tuck that in? I'm going to get one right now. Here I go, getting one. Okay, this is what it looks like. I got one. It's a note from the bookmaker that you can make your own. You can change the font, you can change the wording, but I like to tuck one of these in. It helps explain what a junk journal is and how to use it if somebody has never seen one of these before. And especially in these Chunkey-Monkeys, I like to stick it in front of, in the beginning of those, to give folks an idea of what on earth they just got as a gift. And I also have vintage digi kits, which you can find in my Etsy shop. So if you are interested in printable downloads that you can use to make your junk journals with, things like that. If you want some fun and easy ways to make envelopes and pockets and tucks and things like that, I have all sorts of themed vintage digi kits. They come in 5 pages to a digi kit. And if you don't have a printer at home, I do a print and mail service. And how that works is I do them in batches of 10. So I do them. So you would give me 10 names of digi kits that you want. You can either email that list to pam@thepaperoutpost.com, or you can message me in Etsy your list. And then I will print those out on a lightweight cardstock, and I will mail those to you, priority shipping included. And you just click on the print and mail option and purchase that option. And then you only purchase that option. You don't have to purchase each individual kit. You just give me the list and then purchase the one priced option. And I also sell fundles in my, where is one? No, I have one close. But basically, if you're interested in very old, very unique, very beautiful antique and vintage papers, ledgers and postcards and checks and receipts and prescriptions and things like that, along with very interesting, unique vintage style book pages, hand-dyed paper, all the things that you might find a hoot-nanny lot of fun to make a book. That's my African gray holly saying hello to everybody. And those are the lovebirds, his backup singers. Hello, everybody. Yes. And we have quite the zoo here. But the fundles are also available for purchase in my Etsy shop. And occasionally I have journals. They might be Chunkey-Monkey journals. They might be writing journals, which I consider a non-decorated journal. But and usually I make that into a bundle to give you things so that you can create your journal your own style, or just use it as a writing journal, or break it up into gifts, or give it as a gift. And also, are we still recording? Okay. I have an Amazon shop if you're looking for favorite tools and supplies, like this glue stick. I put all the links there to the stuff I commonly use. So if you're looking for things, and if you do purchase something through my Amazon shop, you don't pay more for it than that particular seller charges, but I do get a small percentage from that purchase. So thank you very much for that. It helps keep me alive and running over here. I have a Facebook group. Come and join our Facebook group. We're having a lot of fun doing weekly and monthly challenges, as well as seeing what you guys make from these video inspirations. And you guys are so inspiring. Thank you so much for all your input and your photos and your comments and all the beautiful things you bring into our world so that we can all get more inspired to create. So thank you very much. I have all the links in the drop-down description box below this video, and if you're on a phone, if you just touch the title of the video, I think the description box pops up, and that works for iPhone or Android. That's something I discovered recently, so I know a lot of folks are looking for those links. And I'm also trying to insert them in the video. I'm trying to get better at that, so hopefully that's helpful. And also, if you find value or had fun here, please like, subscribe, and share, and spread the word about junk journals and how fun they can be and how much fun we're having making them. And my hope is that everyone makes a book at least once in their life. And I think it's a beautiful legacy to leave on this earth for those who come after us. And always, always, oh, you got something to say here, Snuff Pants? Mom, I always have something to say. Okay, I'm getting out of my nice, warm, cozy bed, and I'm coming over. Okay, here we go. I'm here. Here I am. Hello, I'm a little sleepy. It's kind of warm, and it's not warm in Florida. Right now we're all freezing. The heat is on. Mom put an extra blanket in my Betty Bye over there. I'm apparently back to sleep now. But anyway, I just wanted to say you guys are awesome. Make sure you're having a lot of crafty fun. And boy, can this woman talk, huh? She can just go on forever and ever and ever. Mom, give them a rest. Okay, okay. Good night, everybody. Back to bed. All right, thank you very much, son. You were a sweetheart. Okay, tucking you back in. Okay, everybody, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up here. And thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to doing a lot more fun things with you. If you are interested in the magical forest, please let me know, and I'd be happy to package her up and send her on her way to you. Take care, everyone. Happy crafting, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.